What's a mechanical engineer?
Mechanical engineer is, I guess, fixing on cars, and usually has to do with robots or big machines. Yeah, that's what I know.
Mechanical engineer.
A mechanic that works on equipment.
What's a mechanical engineer?
Someone who fixes cars?
Mechanical engineers. See, mechanical engineers is my favorite type of engineer because they work with technology. They are the future.
Paul Ronnie, Professor of Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering at USC.
What are some struggles you found while studying mechanical engineering?
Some struggles that I've had while studying mechanical engineering. I think back to my days as a PhD student, and I wanted to do some experiments, and there was no instrument that could do what I wanted to do. I actually wanted to study the effect of gravity on fires. So how do you get low gravity without going to space? Well, one way of getting that is to drop your experiment. So I had to build a whole complete apparatus just to do the drop test, to ignite, to film, to record everything that was going on, to sequence all the things that had to happen, to mix the gases before the test, and on and on and on. So I had to learn so many different things that no one had ever done before, because no one ever built any apparatus, anything like that before. Fortunately, I had some, more senior students in the lab who taught me a lot of stuff, and then I tried to pass what I knew on to the next group of incoming students. But that was really useful, was the fact that we had a lab, there was so much knowledge base within that lab.
What is the attitude required to become a mechanical engineer?
I think the most important attitude to have is that of flexibility. People tend to underestimate their own abilities, that they'll tend to say, oh, well, I haven't studied that, so I can't do X, Y, or Z. You kind of have to get around that and start thinking, well, okay, I don't know too much about this. Let me go out and learn something about it. And you'll be surprised at how much, once you sort of break those chains, your limitation of what you think you know, you realize even if you don't actually know it, you can learn it much more readily than you think you can.
Oh, would you say that your greatest achievement would be the project on the gravity with fire?
My greatest achievement, I always think of that probably like anybody who makes movies or something. it's not like, oh, this was the best movie ever made. It's always like the next one that you're working on right now. For example, where did I put it? This is the project, one of the projects that I'm working on right now, is a new type of combustor that could go into like jet engines that produces much more uniform mixing, because in these inlet holes is where the fuel or mixture comes in, and then the little rings outside is where it goes, where the combustion products go out. And we think this will produce a much more, well, our computer simulations show, we haven't done the experiments yet, but our computer simulations show that this will give a much more uniform mixing, which will, in principle, give us higher fuel efficiency and lower pollutant formation than the current generation of combustors.
To start preparing for this line of work?
What I could do is by researching the requirements and making a plan for my future to enroll into USC.
What would you do in the overall career and work environment? Why?
Overall, I think I would do good because it has a lot of mechanical engineering, needs a lot of math, and I'm good at math. And I like to work with other people, trying out new stuff and everything else.
Does this career fit your personality, strengths, interests, values, and educational plans? Please explain and give specifics.
This career fits my personality because I like to experiment with mechanics, I like solving problems that involve hands-on work, and also I like to give new methods to make people's lives easier.
What can you do now to start preparing for this line of work?
That wasn't even the question.
How would you do in the overall career and work environment?
Overall, I think I would do good because I really like to explore things.